Sancho has agreed a move to Chelsea. Rasmus Højlund on the verge of a move to Napoli, and now Kobbie Mainoo indicating a wish that he wants to play elsewhere for the time being.
Yeah, well, I think he wants to play football. It's as simple as that, and he clearly isn't featuring. I don't know his plans at the moment, is he? Maybe for him, he wants to maybe force himself into his plans.
Kemun erek jaga Inggris, aya rajana aya, presidenna aya.
The problem, we can always look beyond that, but I mean, he's a fabulous talent. There's no doubt.
Ruben Amorim says he wants him to stay into
Malaysia ge kan gitu ya.
Gitunya.
Kan rajana aya Malaysia. Jajahan Inggris baheulana.
We can see where the we can cause Manchester United side problems with his back three. You have to keep the likes of Jadon Sancho on the ball, Bruno Larson bursting forward. I think that's where you're going to cause Manchester United problems in that space, in them wide areas, in them channels, and then it's all about service. Well, Foster plays through that front line.
Escaped one challenge, brought down by the other. Once again, Ogachukwu with the foul.
There's a big physical presence in that midfield area for Burnley, isn't it?
Of course, they are now without Josh Brownhill, who was their top scorer and club captain last season. Decided to not take up the offer of a new contract with the club, which although looks like it could be a wise addition as Cunha chases that one down. Scott Parker saying last week about just how important that victory was for Burnley. That for fans know what they're seeing with their eyes. If you've got a team that works hard, they'll get behind you. They'll forgive a bad touch. They'll forgive a bad pass. But we have to make them show that we believe we can stay in the Premier League.
Yeah, it's so important, it really is. I think Scott Parker will have learned an awful lot as well, experience-wise, of going through his managerial career. You know, what he did last season was brilliant. It was, but you have to replicate that in so many ways of staying in the Premier League, and that's the importance. And when you get promotion, is that you give yourself every single chance.
Gets the boot in ahead of Diogo Dalot. So it is a Burnley defence that has reconstructed a little over the summer. An incredible defensive record last year. They lost James Trafford to Manchester City. Riley as well.
Hayu mah anu wau baturan aing hiji euy. Rada gedah nanyana ge. Ieu anjing mimitina teh euy.
We've seen that if they are to play a back three, a back five, he can drop in and play as one of them three centre halves, can't he? And we know that his role as a right back, where he's always played, and his experience alone is massive.
Bruno Fernandes finds Brian
Anjing. Si Bruno ge kamari pas Persib sarua teu asup anjing.
Masa penalti nya.
Penalti.
Heeh anjing.
Jadi oh lain si Bruno anjing.
Kaluhur di sarua nya.
Delightful passes out. Bruno, super first touch, outstanding, and then delivers a super strike which forces a big save from
Kuduna Sabtu anjing Persib teh lah. Ada anjing. Si anjing tak asup deui. Saha ieu anjing? Benok. Goreng geus striker anjing.
He's brilliant. He's got to wait for that ball to come down. He does. He composes himself and inches away from putting Manchester United 1-0 up. It's always going away from that far post, but this is what Manchester United are all about, making sure that they get Brian Mbeumo into them areas where I feel he can be a massive threat this afternoon.
A real reaction from Ruben Amorim. He filled the first goal here this afternoon is vitally important. Trafford crowd making good noise here this afternoon. They do back their side so well, of course. It's noticeable. At Grimsby, Ruben Amorim's name has been sung at every away game since he came to the club. Those chancing noticeably absent in midweek. Walker, and now battling decision to be made.
Anjing penalti. Goblok. Penalti guys. Ini si Walker di Speaker anjing ku City lagi. Dia main pipa anjing. Mirip pisan. Wah, anjing ting di luar ting tuh kan. Walker gede kieu.
It's all about Mason Mount here, his pressure, his desire, his strength just to get in front of Kyle Walker. He gets his rewards, they are going to look at it. I mean, listen, there was a little bit of contact, but once Mason Mount gets in front of Kyle Walker, he's in heaps of trouble because he has to tussle, he has to pull. I think this will be given.
The incident currently getting Stockley Park scrutiny. There's a fair bit going on around the penalty spot as well. Hannibal was stood there as Bruno Fernandes held the ball as they continue to look at this. And possibly whether Mason Mount is pulling the shirt of Kyle Walker. So there's a bit for them to get through. Stuart Atwell is VAR this afternoon.
Yeah, well, there's both players tussling, and I just think that Mason Mount might just get advanced of Kyle Walker, because when he takes that big first touch away from him, I think he's always got the advantage of going forward. That touch, the second touch, and then yes, there is both players that are tugging, pulling, as you'd expect. I'm not sure there's just a slight clip on the heels of Mason Mount that might just force this penalty.
There is a couple of things to consider here as we see the replay freeze as to where that contact between the 2 feet came. And an on-field review has been recommended by Stuart Atwell to Sam Barrett. Big moment here at Old Trafford. Ruben Amorim frustrated. No obvious action from Kyle Walker are the words of Stuart Atwell.
Yeah, I think the thing is that there are both a tug on shirts. I think Mason Mount has just got hold of Kyle Walker's shirt. So this is going to be a big call, a big decision. It's very scruffy, I must admit. Initially, I thought this was a penalty.
Well, they are initially looking at the shirt pull from Mason Mount. Stuart Atwell has also said if Sam Barrett agrees with his on-field decision and wants to stick with it, they will then take a look at just whether that incident was inside or outside the penalty area.
I think the way I can see this being given is that Mason Mount just steps across him, but he's obviously pulling up Kyle Walker's shirt as he goes across. That is going to be the only thing that changes. Sam Barrett's mind, otherwise it's a penalty.
See possible pulling of the shirt, and they are taking many a look at this. There's been some delay now, but now we will get the announcement from Sam Barrett.
Cing aya nu kieuna.
Decision overturned. Mason Mount left perplexed. It took a while, but Manchester United will not have a penalty here.
Well, I said how good it was from Mason Mount. I think
Saruan ngadodot sih mana ya.
he's in front of Kyle Walker. Yes, it does look like it is a penalty, but when it's slowed down, when it's looked at, you can clearly see that Mason Mount has got hold of Kyle Walker's shirt, which makes it look. And I think that's what it was looked at. It's made the decision be overturned.
Sam Barrett just explaining the decision to the Manchester
Terjadi.
United captain Bruno Fernandes, who's not happy. Kyle Walker perhaps a little relieved.
Yeah, I think so. I just think that the reason why I felt that that was going to be given is because Mason Mount got in front.
Terjadi
Kyle
anjing.
Walker, and once you're in front of the defender and you're going towards goal, any contact, I feel he's deemed a penalty, but you can see that Mason Mount has got Kyle Walker's shirt, which is obviously why it hasn't been given.
Manchester United not in the mood to hang about here this afternoon. Ahmad,
Si Ahmad
Cunha,
anjing.
they do work.
Tah, ya penalti jelas. Anjing.
Anjing.
Goblok.
Olaga anjing.
Anu kitu teu anjing.
Nah, cek VAR nih kah.
And up in arms, and it might get locked out again.
Yes. I mean, I think he gets contact this time. Hartman, full contact.
She's complete.
Yeah, just as what I thought. I think just got away from Ahmad. I think the ball's through. He wanted a little bit further on so he could maybe run onto it. Use his pace and his sharpness. So that's been a really good challenge and
Teu
a
anjing.
risky one at that from Hartman, but well done to him.
Ahmad and Hartman hurtling at high speed inside the Manchester United penalty area. In comes the throw. Ekdal gets his head to it. Cunha back to Bruno Fernandes. Cunha again, faced up by Bruglos.
Anjing, hade goblok.
Just flicked over the top. They just cannot force this goal. Yeni Yoro this time.
Yeah, they have to keep believing. As Cunha's been excellent in these opening stages. Actually, Man United have been really asked all the questions. Really whipping this ball in a pace. It's really difficult to guide that towards goal. It's the touch you just needed from Noro.
You might feel that you can't buy a break right now, but his side have been on the front foot. They have been asking the questions.
Anjing live TikTok cenah dihapus.
Hah?
Cek si Iting.
Naon sih?
Live TikTok Indonesia dihapus. Anjing lungkat. Jadi we ke IG itu.
Nah, dihapus aja.
Kemarin loba ieu meureun nu nge-live demo. Kedeng di YouTube, kedeng di IG sok anjing. Jangan goblok. Jadi we Korea Utara sih kan.
Another ball comes into the Burnley box. Well, they trust themselves defensively, Burnley, but so many questions being asked of them right now.
Yeah, it's attack by defence. There's no doubt of that. I mean,
Jangan si Meli anjing.
Sebisa layupnya.
Anjing.
utilise the wing backs to get Buma
Di
away.
IG dah leheung mun followerna badag.
Oh.
TikTok nu berebet pan.
A little bit of quality needs to be delivered to get them 1-0 up.
Hannibal heads it away. Will be retrieved by Mason Mount. Shaw into Casemiro, and now a lot of room for Bruno Fernandes, who could have rolled it to Ahmad and apologises for not doing so. Instead, he worked it to Shaw. Mount onto Dallo. The one change to the Manchester United side from Craven Cottage 7 days ago.
Now just have a look at Burnley's back line. There's 7 light blue shirts all lined up across that back line. Midfielders sitting in alongside the centre halves. As I said, they're not playing that back 5. It won't be a back 7 because they are really under the cosh at the moment, and that's
Geunaheun ieu komentator teh nya teu ngarti.
Bacot oge teu ngarti
Nah, Genah.
Manchester United are throwing at them.
4 attempts at goal from Ruben Amorim's side so far, none from Scott Parker's team as Cunha looks to charge down Dubravka. Burnley battening down the hatches in this first half. Find it. Need to launch it long. Cunha drifts back from an offside position. Now Hartman wants to push it forwards quickly. Mason Mount, and the referee will just bring play back there for the challenge by Josh Cullen.
What an exquisite touch that was from Bruno Fernandes. He knows he's under pressure. It's just a delicate little touch.
It's been a tough week for Manchester United, of course. They need a reaction here this afternoon. Still waiting for a Manchester United player to score in the Premier League this season. Their goal at Fulham, Rodrigo Muni's own goal. Here's Mbumo.
They've looked really good in these opening stages.
It's a great fizz from Mbumo to try and find Diogo Dallo. Oh, Walker slides in with the challenge. Dallo has stayed down.
Touch away from Walker. Does brilliant. He does get the contact on the football. Oh, it does look like he just jumps over it.
Still looking at his right ankle there.
Oh,
Diogo
gee.
Dalot. There's a free kick for Manchester United in a dangerous position. So across comes Bruno Fernandes. We've seen him put some good balls into the box through Mason Mount from set-piece situations. So far this afternoon, Brian Mbumo waiting on the edge of the area. Crowd of players at the back post. This one where Bruno just whips it towards that area with a bit of pace.
Yeah, I think the danger is the near post, isn't it? Whipped in, the pace on it.
Just to clip it in off the
Asup
Oh,
anjing.
ini
Did it cross the line?
asup terus ke jero.
Goal for Manchester United. Just what they needed here this afternoon. They've been knocking, banging on the door, and now they have their breakthrough.
Unbelievable how this goal comes about, because there's three Manchester United players just waiting for delivery. We said about whipping in at pace. It wasn't. It was floated in at pace. Probably one of the smallest players on the pitch, Casemiro, is the one that guides that header. It's a rebounded, flicked off the crossbar. And I tell you what, it's Josh Cullen that does get that finishing touch on. Dubravka does really well to just react, but it's not good enough to
Tidak
keep out
angkat.
his goal. So unfortunate for Josh Cullen, but I must say from we've spoke about Scott Parker defensively, that was poor defending.
Nothing really that Josh Cullen could do. It came off the crossbar onto him so quick. So for the second time this season, an own goal puts Manchester United into a Premier League lead, and you have to say they are full value for it as Cunha tries to get there ahead of Ekdal.
It has been coming, there's no doubt of that. I've asked every single question.
Concern here though for Manchester United. Manchester Cunha has gone down inside the Burnley box and is still down as well. Now the game will be paused by the referee. It's been a stop-start first half. Manchester Cunha, let's hope this is nothing too serious, but he pulled up immediately.
It doesn't look good at all. Obviously,
Ganti lah.
into that area where that ball was played into, and automatically pulls up, puts his arm up as if to say, it's a shame. I think he'll be hoping that isn't, because it's been excellent, hasn't it? Really has. It's such a big signing for the football club.
Just as things look like they might be turning for Manchester United, now another issue for them to contend with. They do have Benjamin Sesko on the bench here this afternoon. Many expected him to make his first Premier League start here today, but Manchester United ahead here this afternoon. An unfortunate moment for Josh Cullen.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? I think it was really poor defending. Just look at the amount of Manchester United shirts. There's only one place really that Bruno Fernandes can actually play that ball. I mean, everyone's just in a constant line. Yes, Casemiro still has to head the ball, but look, he's got free header off the crossbar, and there's not a chance that Josh Cullen can do a single thing about it because of the pace of the header. And then the zip off the service. Well, Dubravka reacts, and it's just over his line. Disappointment.
Nothing that desperate Dubravka could do. Just Cunha seems his afternoon is over here. He's going to head up the tunnel at Old
Ini nomor
Trafford.
10 ditarik cedera.
Decision still to be made as to what Ruben Amorim is going to do here. So temporarily down to 10.
Yeah, massive disappointment that is. Manchester United, he really does knit things together, doesn't he? So he's Cunha. We're just hoping it's nothing real major.
Well, we've played half an hour here at Old Trafford, but this game has been very stop-start. There's going to be plenty of time added on at the end of this first half as the challenge goes in from Dalot on Hannibal. And Burnley have a free kick and a situation of promise here.
Yeah, it's a challenge that
Anjing udah nge-lag.
say it's clumsy.
Udah nge-lag tuh anjing. Anjing goblok ya.
Aduh.
Bangsat anjing pemerintah tuh.
Down the top of his Just his foot ankle.
TikTok tuh bisa nge-lab.
He's going to come on for Manchester United here to replace the injured Matheus Cunha.
Si Iting pindah ke IG-nya.
Bari jeung duitan bro.
Oh, aja na IG mana?
Tuh geus teu nge-lab deui.
And Hartman standing over it.
Naon nih si Eko anjing
Naon sih?
sedang berjoget no. Minta maaf pas si Ahmad Soroni digerebek langsung ampura
Si itu kayak gitu. Si non,
pas ya
si lain, si Uya.
nya.
Oh, nyin video non, si digerebek itu udah.
Whenever you get good situations, revert to looking that set piece and it's a bad delivery. Got him
Sarang
into the
tikus.
Fernandes moves that away quite easily.
Cing cheater ya goblok.
Who is a key creator.
Cheater,
Really got it
Stiker.
cheater
Naon cheater tuh?
nu ngahack.
defensive work to do.
Tuh aya ayeuna anjing data-datana
Had a great start to the season.
anggota DPR na.
Do need to get him on the ball.
Sabar ratus anggota nanti.
Anjing geus 800 leuwih di dina ieu mah.
Defensive duty because Manchester United have really pushed all the buttons in this first half.
A day on which a reaction was needed after that humiliation on the Humber on Wednesday night. So far, so good for Manchester United as Chukwu looks to get Burnley moving here. Hannibal helps it on. Bruno Larson, who's got good
Uno
delivery.
wawuh anjing dina ngaran-ngaranna gitu.
Cole Walker. Back with Bruno Larson.
Polman,
Hannibal.
Nurlela, Nanang,
First
saha
time
anjing.
cleared away by Fernandes.
Aya partayna tuh. Partai golongan karya, partai naon anjing. Ketua fraksi aya anjing. Kewel anjing. Alamatnya sekalian bang, cenah
Oh,
goblok.
alamat.
Mengomen teh. Pasti anjing beunang alamatnya.
As well. He's brought towards the back post. Ahmad there to nod away. Cullen gets there first. Was he caught by Bruno Fernandes and Barrett? Not interested.
Yeah, wants a free kick. He got there first and body checked by Bruno Fernandes. So Barry not having none of it.
Stuff for Manchester United after we return from the international break. A huge
Ini jam 10 juta nya.
Hah?
Jam 10 juta cenah.
Salah.
Ieu jam si Saroni.
Oh, menang marawaan.
Heeh.
That's why it made it a
10 juta anjing.
this afternoon, didn't it, with it?
Kursi naonnya di marawaan si goblok.
Anjing. Iya nu madep nama teuing sabaraha anjing. Anjing PS5.
Possession in this game.
PS,
PS5.
komputer, laptop anjing.
Through the batteries that
Anjing piano.
try and soak up pressure for
Anjing ya
Naon ya?
TV.
TV anjing.
Pada geu anjing seberain goblok.
got the ability to
Iya ge iya.
Anjing di marawaan aja.
Anjing sanyo. Sanyona alus beureut.
did look a real threat. Square they've got their goal.
Naon ieu anjing?
Mobilan, anjing mobil ieu naon.
Oh. Sugan aing kompor anjing.
Rolling across to Walker. Arrows one.
Anjing ieu calana Nike.
Going down low. Chukwu comes
Iron Man anjing.
doing so, used his arm. Just to go back to that point, Lee, about the forward players for Burnley.
Oh, bro.
Not quite getting into this game so far. Just 4
Ningali mah ya duit nu dieukeun anjing.
Just 5 for Lyle Foster. Just 5.
Ti lotengna teh
And that's the thing.
disawerkeun.
Duitnya.
Oh.
His old clubs, you find
Oh ti lotengna disawerkeun.
it's going to be a big day for him as well. And
Kudu disakuan heula anjing saware.
give him a buzz and a charge, an identity. Likewise with Anthony.
Nah, imah nanti anjing deket warga geus si goblok mah tolol. Teu di komplek kitu nu aya satpamna.
Heeh. Ah, ngarae sapa mana ge ka di kurudu.
Satpam ge ieu
Itu di
nya.
perumahan.
Teuing. Teuing geus pada teh nih sigana mah.
Under 10 million. Just over a year ago.
Teuing satpamna ge geus ieu pro ka urang.
Too much in an attacking sense so far is Bruno Fernandes.
Tak kari si Perel ieu anjing polontong pisan ieu. Semua kasep jelema teh anjing.
Tries to find a way
tuker nyebrang cenah.
They have to keep
Antar orderan
go and get that second goal.
nu maot.
Go and relieve
No, dilindas dah.
Dan nyebrang.
again.
Eta kudu dituluykeun aing mah. Sieun menurutnya.
Teuing dina eta ge aya nu di jero mobil videona cenah.
Energetic Fulham midfield who said they fancied their chances of winning the battle in that part of the pitch because of this Manchester United system, this Ruben Amorim system, which
Aduh Ciamis ieu nanaonan posting nu kieu
Nah,
jeung manehna di dieu.
brings for Bruno Fernandes, centre of
Ya.
the pitch. Now Xerxes.
Tolol jelema teh kumaha. Forest Ciamis
Anthony.
badak keneh gambar nu kiri punten nu maotna nu kiri sanesnya.
Find Josh Rowe.
Ieu
What he
anjing.
wants to do here. And he brings Brun Larsen into the game, into the Manchester
Nu
United
mana Pak
bench
nu
area.
parantos pupus teh kiri atau napi kanan cenah.
Lifts it over the top. Best sight of goal that
Anjing.
Burnley have had so far.
Blunder wae jelema teh.
Chance.
Aing kapuji keur kieu ge anjing.
Oh, Maybury.
Goreng kieu posterna siga kalakuan Saria cenah.
Larson picks out. But he's got to do better. I think his first touch is always sort of bouncing
Foto
to the
almarhumna
right
we
there.
hungkul cek aing.
Control.
heuh.
That's when he swipes at it.
Cari
Real
empati
massive chance to get
bener.
on the terms.
Karena saya nu mah percayaeun mah.
Encouragement for Scott Parker's side.
Cullen's the one that can
Anjing
lead
tilu
drivers.
wanita simpanan gelo dikerukin lagi anjing.
Clever passes out as he did there for Brun Larson.
Anjing.
Into Ogachukwu, into Foster, Ogachukwu again. Beaten to it by Luke Shaw and Bruno Fernandes safety first. Just rolls it back to Bayern King.
Responded by
Kemenke beri penjelasan soal pajak anggota DPR PNS ditanggung pemerintah, pemerintah ti saha anjing. Sok kacau wae anjing.
a bit more pressure.
It's kindly for Mount. Sweeps one out towards Anna. Pins it down with his left thigh and looks to drive Manchester United forwards again. Looking for a Bruno. Ahmed with the strike. Arrows over the top, but it took a nick on its way towards goal. Manchester United corner.
Yeah, when he drives inside, I mean, he looks such a threat, doesn't he? I know he wants the 1-2 off, and Boume gets really fortunate, if I'm being quite honest. He does bounce back kindly. There is a slight ricochet as well.
Pajak.
He takes it over the bar.
Semua malik cek aing sedih ramal ku aing.
Towards him, he is going to attack the Burnley box.
Prabowo mah ah.
Manchester United as we tip towards half time. Fernandes waiting on the edge of the area. Bruno clips it in.
Anjing tiang.
Just bounced off the crossbar.
Sih hade goblok itu.
As I said, I was pretty
Tarang
sure to
gol
watch them
kan.
practice these before the game and worked on the near post.
Alah,
Easy
kena
crosses does come off the crossbar from Mason Mount. He just tries to glance it
Senmon.
to that far corner. Not sure whether he's going for goal or he's just trying to pick out someone at the back post, but right off the bar and it's 1-0.
He had so much to do there, Mason Mount, but he so nearly pulled it off. Manchester United still searching for a second. Mason Mount started every Premier League game so far this season. Only 13 starts for him in the previous two seasons combined. Just with a nudge there on Bruno Fernandes, which took him off balance. Manchester United free kick.
Chelsea anjing nu sponsoran teh baju teh anjing.
eueuhnya.
Eueuh. Naikin hungkul heuh.
Hiji eta.
Eueuh dina dadana. Nunggu anu ieu teh ning. Nu gede duitna.
Ti lama naon tri nya.
Strides forward to take Burnley into Manchester United territory. A loose pass as he saw Jadon Anthony.
Well, that's where it's got to be better. You win the ball back as Manchester
Ngomongna
United
geus
are trying
ganti si
to
anjing ieu.
create goals problems
Nah.
going forward.
Eta si Burnley jadi naon
Got
jadi
to be
kitu.
better.
Segar aing teh koneng bieu.
Midfield cause problems. Ball gets out to Jadon Anthony. It's not too far for him to chase.
out on the far side, and at the moment still down for Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes.
Anjing polontong. Si iya si Isa Maguire dipaenkeun.
Up on his feet. Now involved in the action. Into Xerxes.
Bang. Salah aja ini.
There was a couple of options there. Options that he couldn't find.
Looks like could have actually got through, maybe played Diallo, couldn't he? Look at that other side of it, and it just didn't quite happen for him. He went for the other solution.
He was down on the turf, Faned, and then he had the opportunity to put Dallo away, but unable to do so. He has been so bright so far in this game. Fernandes to Shaw. Here is Dallo, looks up. Sees Xerxes in the middle, but he's unable to find him.
Anjing.
Well, we have a decent record here in the Premier League. They've avoided defeat more times than they've been beaten.
Si botak na lawanan.
Come here more than 8 times in the Premier League. Only Chelsea and Manchester City can say the same.
As long as he stays 1-0, going into the half.
Nah, isi Putros anjing baik ka dieu pisan. Naikna anjing.
Sayap ya segitu mah.
Josh Collins, unfortunate own goal separating the sides right now. Buma, a couple of chances with the game at 0-0. Pushes the ball in front of him. Casemiro. Buma leaves it for Bruno
Anjing
Fernandes. Back to Buma. Casemiro with the cross. Goes behind for another corner. This time off the head of Maxime Stev.
That's great when it all comes off the little triangles round the box. Fernandes just looking for the little ones round the corner just to open something up.
Fourth corner of the afternoon for Manchester United. We are hearing, as we thought, there will be plenty of time added on at the end of this first half. 8 minutes is what we heard as Manchester United look to find a second hit. Corner comes in. Casemiro able to get a touch to it. He's able to keep it in play.
Casemiro di kene.
Manchester United now. Corner number 5.
Just have a look at Bruno Fernandes, he's fuming. He wanted that ball on the edge of the box. For him to come on and take that strike on. Bruno's still talking that situation was on for them.
Seen him on the edge of the area. All the corners which have been on the Manchester United right taken by Brian Mbumo, but this time Bruno Fernandes is going to take Manchester United corner from the other side. Players work their way towards the back post, which is very crowded. Now they make their move.
Anjing.
Towards goal by
Anjing.
with the save. Only marking doesn't look like at some point at all from those situations.
Well, what's to say, this would have been some goal as well from Diallo. I mean, the corner is absolutely first class from Bruno Fernandes.
Confirmation of that 8 minutes to be bolted on at the end of this first half. That's the kind of delivery that Bruno Fernandes wanted to come on the corner previous.
Yeah, I think he was. Super strike from Diallo. Really was. It's come from distance and pace and got everything right. The only thing I will say, it was close to the Dubravka to make that save, but it was a good save to make.
Caught it sweetly out there, but it was very close to the keeper.
Goblok anjing jauh pisan.
Larson's there for Burnley.
It was so boring. Just have a look at this. Driven. And then the pace of it, the strike was absolutely perfect. I think he said pretty much at the throat of Dubravka, wasn't it? He should save it. Yeah, pace. All worked again for Manchester United. I think Burnley are more or less saying, they're happy with Ball's going out to the edge of the box.
Despite it being a crowded penalty area, I think Dubravka did get quite a clean look at that. Yoro. Look at the head of Ahmad. Bruno. Looking to shrug off Bogic. A free kick that he's given away in this first half. Bruno there, holding his left wrist. Grimace on the face.
I think it was just. He just stands on his. As he comes down, he actually drags it away from him. Stick.
Manchester United may well feel that their play, their performance in this first half is valued for a greater lead than the one they hold right now.
I think they deserve more, I really do. Through the good plays, situations they've been in.
Look to Xerxes
Oh,
on the
blow.
turn here, sees his effort blocked on its way towards goal. They've had 9 attempts at goal, Manchester United, in this first half. Bit of confusion at the back here. Xerxes, will he get there first? Hartman gets in the way. Ahmad, bit of room on the edge of the area, twists back outside. Now
On
Bruno
King.
Fernandes.
Oh.
Could have gone anywhere. It was a Manchester United touch which took it behind.
Asking question after question. Switcher play wide. Bruno Fernandes, this is a complication that led to this. Strike from Xerxes, put it to him. He just stands till he gets himself in the box. A lot of balls come through him. Whips in at pace from Fernandes. Tough one for Xerxes to guide that towards goal.
Burnley need to get to half-time with the scoreline no worse than 1-0, you feel. Just the one attempt at goal so far from Scott Parker's team. That came from the returning Hannibal.
This season, Manchester United, the stats speak for themselves. They have created chances, but they just haven't been clinical enough, have they? That's why they lead by 1 so far.
No shots at goal in the Premier League through the first 2 weekends as Cheltenham just tries to barrel his way through the challenges there.
It's crazy to think, isn't it? Manchester United 2 goals this season, both own goals. Absolutely crazy with the attacking threat they have on the football field.
These goals were a struggle for them last season. 3 players they spent all that money on in the summer, scoring more goals between them in league football last season than Manchester United managed it in the Premier League. Across comes Kyle Walker. Some warm words from the Old Trafford crowd for him as he prepares this long throw. It comes now. Delict. Ain't got his head to it. Hartman with the strike. Xerxes with the block. Xerxes nods it for Brian Mbumo. Is in all kinds of
Itu kosong.
Xerxes has the
Anjing
chance
jauh
to
pisan.
Brian Mbumo touches it across.
Oh, anjing bari ieu anjing.
Should have been 2.
Ngajrong.
Now, again, it's breathtaking. It really is super play from Manchester United. This game should be pretty much wrapped up, shouldn't it? It's not. I mean, this is Burnley having a throw in. They win the ball back, Xerxes, Ahmad, and they're just exposed on every single level. Burnley, absolutely quality from Brian Mbumo. Unselfish, just plays that across. I mean, this is a wet surface, let's not forget. And it's come at him at pace, but you have to be hitting the target. Minimal. And that should be 2-0. Brilliant counter-attack from United.
As you said, Lee, this game could have been beyond Burnley already here this afternoon. So the frustration of Ruben Amorim that yet again another chance goes by. Mason Mount, Mbumo. Faced up by Esteve. Mbumo looks to run.
Anjing, eta anjing. Eta ada.
Couldn't get enough on it, and Dubravka able to gather it in. Burnley so desperately need to hear the half-time whistle.
Yeah, they really do. And I tell you what, I feel things are going to go their way. I mean, when Xerxes wants a penalty, I tell you what, look, he should score, shouldn't he? Just falls so kindly for him there. I think he actually takes the foot of that goal rather than the ball. Unbelievable that this is still 1-0.
Smart reaction from Dubravka in goal as well. It was like a cricket low barrier to keep that one out as Anthony tries to get on the end of this. He's been busy, hasn't he, Martin Dubravka? He's perhaps kept his side in this game. He's had to make a fair few saves in this first period. Manchester United now have racked up 15 attempts at goal. Still 1-0.
It's crazy, crazy, it really is. And he has but have to make some really crucial saves. I think ones that
Somegi baru saja
you'd
memberikan
expect him to make the
69.420.
majority of them, but
Testing 1, 2,
instrumental in this
3.
scoreline so far.
It's been a first half in which Lyle Foster has had very little to feed on. Touches in the opposition.
ada per menit
Manchester United in this first half, just the 3 for Burnley. Gives you an idea of the pattern of play in this game. Manchester United have rained down efforts on Martin Dubravka's goal, but their lead is just by a goal to nil. Final seconds of the first half.
I'll tell you what, Xerxes looked bright and lively since he's come on, hasn't he, as well?
Half-time at Old Trafford. Manchester United desperately needing a result today. Ruben Amorim desperately needing a result today. Perhaps could have been wrapped up in this first half, but the only goal, a goal coming from the unfortunate Josh Cullen. The ball bouncing off the crossbar onto him and into the net. Of course,
Cacing ya,
Manchester
Tara.
United thought they had a penalty in the first half. Together.
Agok.
The decision was overturned.
Karasa ya.
Field review after the penalty was initially
Kalau berat ini mah kerasa cengkati gitu.
only trailing here by 1 goal to nil.
Hiji-hiji ya mah kadang deh. Somegoy.
Satu gol tercipta di babak yang pertama, hasil dari sebuah gol bunuh diri yang diciptakan oleh dari Burnley yang membuat Manchester United unggul 1-0 dari satu skema set piece, satu tandikan dari Casemiro yang masih bisa digagalkan oleh Mister Gawang, tapi ada satu on goal yang pada akhirnya membuat Manchester United.
Sejak 1981, kita telah menjalani petualangan perayaan cita rasa ini dengan semangat yang sama. Petualangan yang akan terus berlanjut karena ini rasanya super.
Gratis ongkir! Sekarang semua produk 100% gratis ongkir tanpa syarat. Belanja barang kecil, besar, ringan, hingga berat, pasti dapat gratis ongkir Rp0. Belanja di Shopee sekarang, gratis ongkir!
Saat kesusahan, kita butuh yang bisa diandalkan. Walau tempatnya berubah, tapi rasanya nggak berubah. Sambal bakar saji, pasti enak, anti ribet.
Sejak 1981, kita telah menjalani petualangan perayaan cita rasa ini dengan semangat yang sama. Petualangan yang akan terus berlanjut karena ini rasanya super.
Tambah umur,
Makin prima,
makin cinta.
karena hidup kita balance. Minum Sido Natural Balance setiap hari. Life is balance.
Female balance itu.
Bawah lagi.
Balance buat aku.
Sejak 1981, kita telah menjalani petualangan perayaan cita rasa ini dengan semangat yang sama. Petualangan yang akan terus berlanjut karena ini rasanya super.
Yes, donet. Donet.
Kita melihat bagaimana Manchester United unggul sementara atas Burnley dan walaupun melalui on goal, tapi kita melihat bagaimana shot dan juga intensitas dan juga dedikasi dan juga determinasi yang ditunjukkan oleh MU di babak pertama walaupun masih banyak peluang emas yang terbuang secara percuma.
Ya, cukup banyak ya peluang yang didapatkan oleh Manchester United di babak pertama. Belum ada yang benar-benar bisa menghasilkan gol dari kaki pemain Manchester United karena gol tadi diciptakan melalui satu on goal yang diciptakan oleh Josh Cullen di menit ke-28 ya. Kali itu ada satu skema set piece yang diciptakan oleh Bruno, ada tandukan dari Casemiro yang masih bisa digagalkan oleh misar gawang, tapi pada akhirnya ada satu on goal yang membuka keunggulan yang didapatkan oleh Manchester United. Dan kita lihat bagaimana peluang demi peluang, ini salah satunya dari sebuah tembakan flashing yang dilepaskan oleh Buemo yang masih bisa digagalkan dengan penampilan yang luar biasa ya di babak pertama dari Dubravka. Sementara ini satu kesalahan dilakukan oleh Kyle Walker, hampir kita lihat tadi menjadi satu penalti ketika wasit sempat mengcall ini menjadi sebuah pelanggaran yang dilakukan oleh Kyle Walker, tapi pada akhirnya digagalkan dengan satu cek melalui VAR. Dan memang kita lihat situasinya 50-50 ya antara Mason Mount dan juga Kyle Walker di situasi yang ketika terjadi di kotak penalti dari Burnley. Tidak ada tarikan, tidak ada dorongan ya, ada body balance yang dilakukan antara Kyle Walker dan juga Mason Mount, dan pada akhirnya juga dibatalkan penalti yang diputuskan sebelumnya untuk Manchester United. Dan ini adalah proses dari terjadinya gol terbebas. Kita lihat bagaimana tandukan dari Casemiro dan sempat membentur misar gawang sebelum akhirnya menyentuh Josh Cullen, dan pada akhirnya menjadi satu gol bunuh diri yang didapatkan oleh Manchester United. Dan ini menariknya, jadi MU musim ini di Premier League dari 2 pertandingan plus 1 babak menghadapi Burnley baru 2 gol yang diciptakan oleh Manchester United, dan dua-duanya hasil dari on goal. Setelah di pertandingan menghadapi Fulham, kali ini juga di pertandingan menghadapi Burnley.
Iya, dan kita melihat ya ini tercipta dari pantulan dari pemain belakang Burnley.
Ya, dan sementara kita melihat juga bagaimana peluang demi peluang yang dimiliki oleh Manchester United cukup banyak, total ada 17 ya tembakan dilakukan oleh Manchester United. Mereka mendominasi, mereka terus memberikan tekanan, tapi gol tambahan belum juga hadir untuk Manchester United. Dan peluang terbaik adalah di akhir ketika Amad Diallo tadi, dan ini satu first time yang juga luar biasa, lagi-lagi penampilan yang begitu apik yang ditujukan oleh Martin Dubravka untuk bisa mengamankan gawang dari Burnley, dan satu save mengamankan upaya dari Amad Diallo. Dan ini satu peluang yang benar-benar clear ketika satu skema counter attack. Buemo tidak begitu egois ketika akhirnya memberikan umpan, sudah terbebas, tapi justru eksekusi akhir dari Amad Diallo melambung jauh dari gawang Dubravka dan gagal untuk bisa menambah keunggulan yang dimiliki tentunya oleh Manchester United di babak yang pertama.
Ya, setuju sekali, dan kita melihat bagaimana performa dari Buemo di babak pertama begitu luar biasa untuk Manchester United. Dan kita lihat ini highlight yang ini adalah statistik di babak pertama tadi, Rama.
Ya, total ternyata ada 15 tembakan ya dari statistik resmi di Premier League. 4 diantaranya adalah on target, tapi hanya ada 1 gol, dan itu pun lahir dari bunuh diri ya. Artinya juga untuk Manchester United mereka harus tampil lebih klinis, apalagi dengan cedera yang didapatkan oleh Cunha ketika harus ditarik di menit ke-28 ya saat itu di babaknya pertama, dan harus digantikan oleh Zirkzee. Dan ini yang juga akan menjadi persoalan ya untuk Ruben Amorim. Artinya amunisi di depan juga akan berkurang dengan cedera yang didapatkan oleh Cunha. Walaupun di bench mereka juga masih memiliki Benjamin Sesko. Ini satu nama yang juga mungkin akan bisa diharapkan akan bisa tampil di babak kedua, karena peluang sudah cukup banyak dimiliki oleh Manchester United. Tinggal bagaimana mereka harus lebih klinis untuk bisa menyelesaikan bagaimana peluang yang dimiliki oleh Manchester United.
Iya, butuh keakuratan di lini depan, dan nanti kita akan saksikan di babak kedua. Tapi sebelumnya kita lihat dulu ya pemirsa, ada match-match yang juga tersaji di jam yang sama, dan kita akan melihat highlightnya pemirsa. Ini dia.
Ya, kita melihat ini dia bagaimana hasil pertandingan yang juga terjadi di waktu yang bersamaan. Jadi total ada 4 pertandingan yang berlangsung secara bersamaan. Sunderland menghadapi Brentford, belum ada gol yang tercipta, walaupun kalau kita juga melihat ya pertandingan yang berlangsung, Sunderland ini tampil lebih dominan dengan mereka menguasai lebih dari 60% possession di sepanjang babak yang pertama menghadapi Brentford, tapi belum ada satupun on target yang bisa diciptakan oleh Sunderland di laga menghadapi Brentford. Sementara di laga lain juga kita lihat Spurs tertinggal 0-1 menghadapi Bournemouth ketika 1 gol yang berhasil diciptakan oleh Evan Nilsson di menit ke-5 ini membawa keunggulan yang dimiliki oleh Bournemouth. Tentu ini juga akan menjadi catatan ya ketika Spurs di 2 laga awal Premier League mereka berhasil untuk bisa meraih 2 kemenangan dengan capaian yang begitu baik ya, 6 poin didapatkan. Dan sementara kita melihat juga di mana hasil di laga lain yang juga berlangsung di waktu yang bersamaan, Everton sementara unggul atas tuan rumah Wolverhampton ketika mereka sempat unggul terlebih dahulu melalui Beto di menit ke-7 sebelum akhirnya disamakan kedudukan oleh Hwang Hee-chan, dan akhirnya Ndiaye berhasil untuk bisa membuat keunggulan dimiliki oleh Everton di babak yang pertama. Artinya memang masih ada peluang tentunya untuk tim-tim yang bertanding di pertandingan nanti di babak kedua.
Iya, sementara itu pemirsa, ini adalah skor besar di babak pertama di seluruh laga yang tersaji di jam yang sama, di mana Manchester United masih unggul 1-0 atas Burnley dan juga ada Sunderland yang masih 0-0 dengan Brentford dan juga Tottenham yang masih kalah unggul dari Bournemouth 0-1 dan juga Wolves 1-2 atas Everton. Dan seperti tinggal menunggu waktu jika permainan Manchester United terus menyerang ke depan dan membuat lini pertahanan dari Burnley ini begitu kesulitan. Akankah nanti akan ada gol kedua dari Manchester United ketika lini pertahanannya lebih klinis?
Ya, itu yang harus kita tunggu ya, bagaimana Manchester United juga harus bisa mendapatkan gol kedua untuk bisa mendapatkan winning goal, karena kalau ini tak kunjung juga datang, ada peluang dari Burnley untuk bisa menyamakan kedudukan. Situasi set piece, situasi bola mati mungkin akan bisa diharapkan, ataupun situasi ketika counter attack akan bisa dimanfaatkan oleh Burnley untuk bisa memecah ataupun juga menyamakan kedudukan nanti di babak kedua. Jadi tugas dari Manchester United adalah bagaimana mereka juga harus bisa secepatnya mencari gol kedua, karena kalau gol kedua ini bisa didapatkan secepat mungkin di 15 ataupun 20 menit awal babak kedua, mungkin ini akan menjadi satu keuntungan karena mereka akan bisa melepaskan ketegangan dan mereka juga akan membuat lini pertahanan dari Burnley mungkin tidak serapat seperti yang mereka terapkan di babak yang pertama.
Iya, walaupun ada gol tadi pertama untuk Manchester United, namun nampaknya Ruben Amorim belum begitu puas dengan performa dari pasukannya. Dan jangan kemana-mana, kita akan kembali lagi, kita akan melihat jalannya babak kedua, tetaplah di Premier League.
Mau dapat voucher 25 juta tiap bulannya? Langganan Shopee VIP. Nikmati gratis ongkir instan tanpa batas. Diskon 20% setiap hari dan dapatkan gratis 3 bulan chat GPT Plus. Langganan Shopee VIP sekarang.
Hydro Plus non-stop miliaran hadiah 10 miliar. Minum Hydro Plus Isotonic Drink. Bisa menang hadiah langsung e-wallet. Buruan ikutan Hydro Plus Isotonic Drink non-stop miliaran total hadiah 10 miliar. Sekarang juga.
Meminta kalian untuk menyusup ke tempat mereka dan mengacak-acak bisnis mereka.
Lo ngapain di sini?
Lu ngapain di sini? Dia pantas mendapatkan lebih banyak dari kamu. Master macam apa lo?
In Egypt, I'm Casey Tominaga. Catch the final of the Rising Star Invitational on Champions TV.
Sejak 1981, kita telah menjalani petualangan perayaan cita rasa ini dengan semangat yang sama. Petualangan yang akan terus berlanjut karena ini rasanya super.
Altay Bayendir nampaknya tidak begitu bekerja keras malam hari ini, namun dari tim tamu harus ada perubahan adjustment di mana mereka seharusnya juga menciptakan peluang-peluang di babak kedua nanti.
Iya, dan kita lihat di babak yang pertama tadi ya, Burnley hanya menciptakan 2 tembakan dan dua-duanya off target, jadi tidak ada satupun yang on target. Tentu ini akan menjadi tugas yang tidak mudah ya untuk Scott Parker untuk bisa membongkar pertahanan dari Manchester United. Dan sambil kita melihat bagaimana statistik dari Brand Buemo dengan 2 tembakan dan total ada 19 passing yang dilakukan oleh Mbeumo, dan sementara kita lihat juga bagaimana catatan dari Amad Diallo dengan 3 tembakan. Ini salah satu pemain yang juga cukup aktif ya, karena Amad Diallo juga salah satu pemain yang bisa dimainkan di beberapa posisi. Salah satu pemain yang juga ketika menghadapi Grimsby Town ketika tampil di Piala Liga ini berhasil untuk bisa menjadi salah satu pemain yang aktif untuk bisa ada di lini serang ya dari Manchester United. Sementara kita lihat bagaimana Kobbie Mainoo, ini satu pemain muda yang juga masih ada di bench, dan kita akan tunggu apakah juga akan masuk nanti di babak kedua untuk bisa menambah kreativitas ya lini tengah dari Manchester United, karena sekali lagi mereka dalam situasi cukup menguntungkan dengan banyak peluang, dengan unggul 1 gol, tinggal mencari 1 gol berikutnya untuk bisa pada akhirnya kill the game untuk Manchester United di laga menghadapi Burnley.
Iya, setuju sekali, di mana babak pertama tadi kita melihat bagaimana angin berpihak kepada Manchester United, bermain di garis yang cukup tinggi dan juga ketika membangun serangan bisa sampai menusuk lini pertahanan dari Burnley, dan kita tinggal melihat bagaimana tim tamu akan berlaga di babak kedua nanti akankah menciptakan peluang yang berbahaya.
Ya, dan ini aja jadi kesempatan ya untuk Zirkzee sekali lagi dengan cedera yang didapatkan lakunya, karena Zirkzee juga cukup jarang mendapatkan kesempatan untuk bisa bermain lebih awal, kesempatan bermain dengan waktu lebih banyak, dan ini akan jadi kesempatan besar yang akan dimiliki oleh Zirkzee. Dan sepertinya Kobbie Mainoo akan dipersiapkan untuk bermain sejak awal di babak kedua kali ini untuk Manchester United.
Baik Rama, terima kasih atas analisa Anda, dan langsung saja pemirsa, inilah babak kedua di pekan ketiga Premier League, Manchester United versus Burnley. Selamat menyaksikan.
United faithfuls, lots of reasons, very talented individual. This is his opportunity. Is it one of them where he's forcing his way in, or is it one of them that is on display here? That's the question.
Perhaps means that Bruno Fernandes will play a little higher in this second half. So we're back underway at Old Trafford. Will Manchester United pay the price for not taking their chances in the first half? 15 attempts at goal they had. Their only goal, an own goal from Josh Cullen. But Kobbie Mainoo into the action at half-time. As the rain continues to drive down here at Old Trafford, it's been pouring down all afternoon. And Burnley, it's fair to say, Lee, lucky to only be behind by 1 goal.
Yeah, there's no doubt of that. I mean, listen, they came here with a game plan, didn't they? They couldn't really go after Manchester United early on. Scott Parker touched on they could be a beaten animal, couldn't they, if you like, an angry animal, which we felt that they could come out the traps and really take control of this game. They did anyway, there's no doubt of that. But, I mean, they have grown into the game as that first half went on. Just not asked enough questions.
Can Burnley let their teeth in this second period? Referee considered allowing play to continue. Play pulled back for the challenge by Ryan Mbeumo, and it's perhaps right on the edge of shooting range here.
Yeah, trying to play out, trying to be too clever. Just driving in there just to go and receive that ball. And caught on his toes.
Some interest being shown here by Jakob Brun-Larsen and also by Quillincy Hartman. Decide instead to try and work across into the penalty area. That's the discussion taking place right now. So Manchester United have a lead at Fulham just a week ago.
Ada guna-gunanya.
Can Burnley find a similar response here? It's Old Trafford. Brun-Larsen standing behind this dead ball. Will be Brun-Larsen smashes into the Manchester United ball. It might break for Foster. Volunteer, who had very little to do in the first half, manages to take it in.
Yeah, had to react, didn't he? Because nasty ricochet off the wall and falls into the path. And Foster just can't get it under control. There has to be aware, alert, which he is.
Flag hat brought up by the official over on the far side. It's the leg. Great flicks the ball forward, seeking Dallo, who couldn't immediately bring it under control. Does though manage to keep the attack alive. He looks for Mainu, who made a good little surge there into the Burnley penalty area. The kind of running and the sensing of space that Kobbie Mainu has.
Some pass from Delete, wasn't it, to Dallo?
There is Kobbie Mainu, loved at this football club. Xerxes looks to get there, a flick towards goal, a flick which causes no concern for Martin Dubravka.
Yeah, Kobbie Mainu, brilliant. Just breaking the lines, giving the support. That's what's needed, and then his directness, his attitude to get that ball into the box to Xerxes, which he does. Xerxes just can't get it under control to guide that towards the net.
Up on by Dubravka, easy for Luke Shaw. Bumo helps it on. Xerxes will give chase and look to make life awkward for Ekdal, who just has to clip it out into touch.
He's looked really hungry since he's come on. Probably give him more of a focal point than Cunha would normally, because he drifts into little holes and pockets. That might have just forced two centre halves back. He's asking questions, really giving Man United something to go and play into and play off.
Perhaps knows that opportunities might be rare for him. The money spent in the summer. Benjamin Sesko, I think some would have expected to have come on when the substitution was made when Matheus Cunha was injured. So Sesko didn't start today because of the time he had to play in that game at Blundell Park on Wednesday.
United.
Manchester United might try and do some more business in the transfer window. It's all been about outgoings, of course. The last 24, 48 hours, Alejandro Garnacho agreeing a move to Chelsea. Rasmus Højlund, it seems, on his way to Napoli. Anthony may well be joining Real Betis as well. Mainu. It out to the left-hand side. Dallo looking to get the better of Brun Larsen, which he does easily up towards the back post, headed away by Esteve, but it breaks to Mbeumo. Euro with time, whips one, arcs one towards the back post. Bruno Fernandes back across goal. Ugachukwu, composure on the edge of his own area to bring it down and find Hannibal. Can he hold it up? Can he lift the play? Not on this occasion, as Luke Shaw steps in. Overturning of that initial award of a Manchester United penalty. Ruben Amorim crouching down on the touchline
in this number.
Walker hoping to find Hartman. Amando hits his head to it. Casemiro just stops it on really to Mbeumo, who loses possession. Esteve. Casemiro with the challenge now. Hannibal looking to thread one through it. Might break for Foster. Looking for help, looking for Anthony, can't quite find him, and Bruno Fernandes can push it forwards.
United.
Bruno Fernandes just barges into Ugachukwu. Burnley free kick.
It's a lot more positive from Burnley though, isn't it? I think all that just sort of dwelled in the box without no one reacting from Manchester United point of view.
Just dulu guys.
And then we got the possible equaliser there. Everywhere now, Manchester United have got the score cushion. Chelsea second half materialising. Burnley will start asking more questions. They will have a big chance, you would say.
With the lead so slender, they remain in this game. which has left Jadon Anthony down on the turf.
It's just a push, isn't it? I think we see this so many times when teams are set up for any set piece.
Great season last year for Jadon Anthony, 8 goals and 7 assists. His joint best ever goal scoring season and a second time in which he's won promotion from the Championship, playing under Scott Parker. Cullen now can send it forward. Ready by Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro only has Brian Mbumo to aim for here, but he'll get on to the end of that one. Streaking forward on this near side. Can he be found? Got Walker toshes it towards his own goal. Horrible ball to deal with. Their defenders hate the ball going into that corridor. It didn't work out too badly. Foster can't get the better of the lift.
Well, that's the danger of having pace in your forward areas, that you've got the quality that can pick that out, which Casemiro can do, and he does. And Brian Mbumo, tell you what's nearly, wasn't it? I mean, unbelievable from Carl Walker just to get maybe studs on that. Just falls into Dubravka's hands. I mean, that zipped off the surface. You can see what Brian Mbumo's trying to do. He's trying to pick out Ahmad at that back post.
3,000 Burnley fans to our right, probably going, no, 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 as that one skipped into the penalty area. Horrible, horrible one for defenders to deal with. But Burnley on the front foot again here. Foster. Cullen, bit of room here. Chukwu, given to Cullen. Burnley happy to play it patient, and they've worked it well here. And lost with all kinds of room. Foster's there!
Anjing, masuk goblok.
Burnley bite back in a game in which they've been on the back foot for so long, and yet again, just
Bongkar
like 6
sih ya
days
Manchester.
ago, they've been 1-0 up.
Masih Manchester teh buntut kieu.
It was wonderfully constructed by Burnley. Ruben Amorim watches on, wondering how his side have let a lead slip.
Kali menang gol bunuh diri anjing.
Hello, Foster. This is brilliant centre forward play. Look, he's in them wide areas.
Iya mah.
Just admire that he's set things back up. Comes back and they refilter it. Just watch that little bit of movement. Gets himself back into a situation where he's a danger, not being picked up from a Man United point of view. And then, can you supply me? Can you get that delivery into an area where I thrive off? Yes. What a ball that is from Bruno Larson on the money. Just stretch, which he does. And there's absolutely no chance Wendy can get anything near it. He needs that goal, and so did Burnley.
First shot on target of the afternoon for Scott Parker's side, and it brings them level here at Old Trafford. Wasn't an easy finish for Lyle Foster. Brilliant from Brun Larson to find him inside the penalty area. As Dallo now goes on the charge.
Anjing gelo.
A childhood dream comes true for Brian Mbumo.
Dibalas kontan guys.
Response by Manchester United. When he grew up supporting this
Dibalas
club
kontan.
from afar, his first Premier League goal for the club, and in no time at all, Manchester United lead once again.
Now, that's one thing that Burnley would not have wanted. And there's one thing that you do as a team, as a player. You do not concede straight away. Particularly when you've had the upper hand. Xerxes does well for the flick on. Dallo does well to get in behind hunger, desire. And that little bit of clever movement from Brian Mbumo, who just checks back rather than going into the goal. It just leaves the goal gaping. And what does he do? What he does best. He strikes it hard low and puts Manchester United back into that victorious lead.
Less than 15 seconds after the restart, Brian Mbumo restores the Manchester United lead. They tell you you're at your weakest when you to do it all over again.
Yeah, it's far too easy, isn't it? I mean, you come away from home and particularly to Old Trafford of all places, and you feel that, yes, you might just turn the screw here, defended for long periods of that first half, then you come out and ask more questions to get that equalising goal, and then go back behind. Heartbreaking, but it's one thing you've got to learn.
Biar kontan, guys.
Defensively minded.
Ball push forwards and Foster's in here. Foster, can he finish?
Anjing dibayar kontan dari goblok.
It will not count. Why did he keep cool there in front of him?
Wah, offset anjing.
He was in, but it's not to be for Burnley.
Yeah, this looks a tight one. It's a hard one to call. I'll say that because it's two defenders that possibly could be playing alongside. I think it is offside, but it's a close call. It's a brilliant run. It's a brilliant first touch. And I'll tell you, the finish is superb. It really is. Composure at its best. No, Foster, it's a hard one from this angle, but
Onset, cok.
the one that's keeping him on with the leg may just be offside.
It's a close one, and they are looking at it still at Stockley Park. Of course, we have semi-automated technology now in the Premier League as Old Trafford and Ruben Amorim holds his breath. Huge moment in the goal.
Onset, cok.
It's massive, isn't it? I mean, it's a brilliant run, and if it is a goal, it's superb and a great reaction from Burnley.
Just offside.
Offset anjing, cek.
Denied a second of the game. Here we see it, Lee, with the semi-automated technology. My word, is this close?
Yeah, I thought it was. I really did. I mean, there was Dano on that far side. There was a couple that you could have looked at and maybe thought who it could have been. I think it was so close.
Inches in it, but it might give Burnley some confidence here. They can work their way level for a second time. That Manchester United second goal, 13 seconds after the restart. Scott Parker will be furious that his side just switched on perhaps there.
Yeah, it's a dagger, isn't it? But for Scott Parker, they work on that line defensively, and they did do last season, conceding many goals. Really disappointing.
Xerxes works the 1-2 with Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro keeps it out to find Diogo Dalot. Hesitation from De Ligt, and he leaves it for Casemiro to clear up instead. So flag goes up. De Ligt works it back to Bayern Dier.
2-1 guys, 2-1 guys.
Goes on into Bruno Fernandes and finds him with real precision. First time that Burnley have conceded more than one goal in a league game since their final game of their relegation season back in May
Ada anjing
2024.
umpan si Alan Smith nih.
Bruno finds Allen. Still Ahmad here. Casemiro. Mainu. Bruno Fernandes back to Mainu. Big deflection on it. Manchester United corner.
Just getting that second goal. Really good one-touch play. What a boomer chasing the last cause. Ends up back into a more central area there. The man who fancied his chances.
Bruno, who scored Manchester United's second. Standing over this corner. Again, we see Bruno Fernandes outside the box with a cluster of players towards the back post. And it does go to Bruno Fernandes. Whisker wide. Well, that was the goal he wanted in the first half. He had his chance there, and he was so close to making it 3-1.
That's delightful. inches wide. It's really good. From Fernandez, he tries to guide it into that far corner, doesn't he? He's not too far away. It's well worked from Manchester United.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens on Manchester United's next corner, because that's twice now they've worked it to the edge of the box. Ahmad had that stinging strike in the first half. Bruno Fernandes just there. Can Burnley afford to...
That's the thing, as you said, in that first half when we said Ahmad had that strike at the... Being quite honest, that I expect Bruno to go and put that in that far corner, but I don't think they can afford to do that. I really don't.
See how frustrated Bruno Fernandes was, because with his quality, he knows he should have hit the target there. Seems as if they caught in two minds on this one, Burnley. Walker is instead going to work into Hartman. Walker now can sweep it across towards the back post. Can he get a touch at the Manchester United goalkeeper? Burnley preparing changes down below us, and those changes going to happen now. He's going to be replaced. He'll be disappointed to come off here on his return to Old Trafford, but he receives warm applause from all four sides of the stadium. He's a very likeable character, and they really enjoyed watching his enthusiasm and his energy during a play for Manchester United. He's going to be replaced now by Luke Chowner. Who was unlucky to not get his first goal for Burnley in midweek in the Carabao Cup against Derby County. Saw an effort come back off the post. Played his part in their opening goal. He came to the club from Lazio in the summer.
Yeah, it brings something a little bit different, I think. Look at Campbell going off. You've got someone who's probably directed a bit more positive, playing in a more attack-minded role, I would say. Hopeful.
Kyle Walker makes this time the angle more favourable. We will see this long throw-in pulled into the Manchester United penalty area. Burnley get the first contact and it breaks at the back post. Bayern makes the save.
Asup anjing Burnley goblok.
Sharpest on the scene.
Burnley cok anjing.
Burnley show their powers of
Mantap.
recovery. Twice today they've trailed, but yet again they find a way back level. And Manchester United unable to deal with the ball into the box. And we've seen that before.
There we have. I mean, it's plain and simple. It's not good enough. It really isn't. Instead of that near post, it gets the flick on. I mean, it's plain and simple. It just comes forward. The long throw-in from Kyle Walker. It's scrappy. It's not dealt with. Chowner, he takes that strike on possibly his first touch. And then it's all over the place. And credit where credit's due. Jadon Anthony, I said about what a good season it started off to be for him. It's his second goal, isn't it? And to be fair, this is so scrappy. He just falls to his feet. It's, comedy of errors. He actually comes off Kobe Mainu. Then, oh dear, it's such a scrappy goal, but Burnley won't care. It's 2-2. And he should be dealt with better from Manchester United.
Jadon Anthony pouncing inside the penalty area. Burnley will be relieved that they've gone more than 13 seconds after conceding. Manchester United striking again. This game richly entertaining as we cross the halfway point in the second half.
To think that Manchester United, like 10 minutes ago, looking at them thinking, well, they possibly go and get another goal and really put this game to bed. Credit to Burnley. I must admit, second half they've been bang at it. There's far more questions.
Bruno hopes to get their rest there with a brilliantly timed tackle. The triple surrounded B. Manages to feed Brun Larsen. Foster, clever backfield from him. Brun Larsen through the legs of Damo. Two challenges slide in from Mainu and Bruno Fernandes. And Mainu now can take Manchester United into the Burnley half. Damo gets the better of Walker. Diogo Damo looking for Xerxes. Ugachuku was there.
Yeah, he needs something, he needs movement. Xerxes just caught on his heels. Almost possibly the better solution, but there's only defenders covering that box, that area.
Xerxes looking to use his body, and the effort
Ooh.
comes towards goal by Mainu. Oh, this game is fantastically poised.
Yeah, it really has turned into a crazy game. Yet again, to think that this game should have been done and dusted. Hangs in the balance again for United.
Benjamin Sesko has been called back from his warm-up man. The reason why you heard the decibel level go up here.
Gol 2 guys, gol 2 guys. Gacor nih guys, gacor.
Can he be game changer, a match winner for Manchester United? Josh Lauren also preparing to come on for Burnley. Not sure if we are quite at the
Goreske,
stage where it is a
Goreske,
must-win for Manchester
asup
United.
guys.
Make a huge difference to their season, perhaps, if they can find all 3 points here. There's going to be so much talk about that man's future, you feel, partially because of his recent comments during the 2 weeks when the Premier League makes way for the international break.
Not enough chances to see this game off. But the question mark defensively, not good enough.
Step was the target. It kicks off Casemiro. Only have a corner. But the ball into the box is coming. First corner of the afternoon for Scott Parker's team. There's a couple of Burnley players in and around Bayern Deer just looking to distract Manchester United's goalkeeper. Estev seems to be the one, given the role of cheap disturber. There's an option there to work it short, an option which wasn't taken. Now they have worked it short. Cullen can play one towards the back post. Nice and easy for Bayern Deer. And Manchester United are on the move here. Hammer. Burnley get numbers back. Here's Xerxes as his pocket picked. Manages to win possession back. Casemiro with a bit of room here. See Xerxes making that move. That was the intention. Just flighted too far in front of him.
It's just too much for Xerxes to go and get at the end of that Casemiro cross.
And that will be Casemiro's final involvement of the afternoon. Into the stage, Benjamin Sesko.
Benjamin Sesko.
How will Manchester United configure their team here from that substitution? Xerxes, it seems, will peel out left. Bruno Fernandes will drop deep once again.
Yeah, spot on. That's exactly what will happen. Push that front 3.
Strong challenge goes in from Hartman. Cullen's header. This one is going to be seized upon by Chelner. Foster. In goal already this afternoon for Lyle Foster. He was inches away, of course, from having 2. Goal ruled out for marginal offside.
Very good player. Beating that goal. Certainly giving confidence to go and build on. He's one that certainly I look at and feel that if he can start getting that confidence behind him, it could be the difference this season for Burnley.
Defensively, Scott Parker will know that his side are reliable. Of course, it's a massive massive step up for them this season, but perhaps the other end of the pitch has been where there might be a bit of worry. If they can get Lyle Foster scoring goals, the chances of staying in this league increase by some distance. Still talk of more forward players to come to the club. They probably do need another option in that part of the pitch as Anthony looks to push one forward. Seshko just a little too enthusiastic there to try and win that challenge. Much was made, of course, wasn't it, Lee? Played the full 90 for Grimsby, and he was the last outfield player to take a penalty for Manchester United. Scored 11 out of 11 non-shootout penalties in his career as Fernandes feeds Brian Mbumo, who can work his way into the Burnley box, plays it across goal and can't pick anybody out. Bruno Fernandes into Mbumo. Xerxes, Seshko waiting at the back post. In comes the cross. Xerxes looks to rise across goal. It goes, and that goes down. Sam Barrett points for a goal kick.
Another mealy moment, that deep cross. Xerxes, I think he's trying to cushion that header. Seshko trying to get in between the two defenders. It was a big shout on Ahmad. It's just coming together. And just get his body across.
Saw Josh Lawrence preparing to come on, and now he will. Leslie Ugochukwu is going to make way for him. Afternoon and a performance full of energy from the player they brought from Chelsea.
He looks nice and strong in there. There's good moments I've seen. They had to defend a lot in that first half, and it was one at times just relieved a bit of pressure.
Speaking of pressure, they hammer him under plenty of it. Hierarchy watching on here at Old Trafford with Margarada, the CEO. Talks will take place, we're told, over the coming days. So Margarada brought to Manchester United to try and help turn them around. Manchester City, and that will be their next opposition once we resume from the break. Yellow card for Bruno Fernandes.
I think that's why it makes it such a big game. A daunting prospect of playing, having fixtures that are up and coming. This is definitely fabulously for Bruno Fernandes. Trying to claim his innocence on Josh Cullen as he gets there more advanced.
Is it to be another frustrating afternoon for Manchester United? Into the final 15 minutes, we now find ourselves. Looks a little nervy, looks a little edgy, Ruben Amorim. 6 victories for him since coming to the club, 4 of them against sides now in the Championship. Ahmad to Xerxes. Mainu as Burnley retreat into their own half.
The problem is for Manchester United is, yes, they've looked really good at the times going forward, but
aduh,
defensively, they're only attacking forward areas that they've got themselves in, and they've easily been 3 or 4 at half time, but it isn't to be.
20 attempts at goal for Ruben Amorim's side here this afternoon. 15 of them came in a bright first half showing.
If you don't see games off, it does give teams a real thought process that we're still in this game, we could get something from this game, and that's how Burnley have come out in the second half. Literally, asked more questions, the positions have been higher up the pitch, the advanced forward players have been better.
Manchester United perhaps could have put Burnley away in the first half, while they to Bruno not doing so. Bruno Fernandes working his way infield. Xerxes to Luke Shaw. Cross comes in, it's nodded down and Cullen can clear it away. Initial header came from Yamar Ekdal.
I think that's the other thing, is that you're looking at the game now, counting the balance, because it's not like Manchester United are dominating
points here in the Premier League. They haven't been beaten as often as people might think. They have a decent record at Old Trafford. Mbumo. Ahmad. Tiptoeing his way into the Burnley box. Ricardo keeps his concentration. Nudges it behind for a corner.
He's been so much better Hartman in his second half. He had to deal with an awful lot in that first half where there was a lot of pressure on him, but stood up and defended gamely.
Now how do Burnley defend this? Because once again, Bruno Fernandes is in a bit of room just inside the D. Would Manchester United look to repeat? They won't this time. Ahmad, sweeping ball in. Headed away and then helped on its way by Anthony. Dallo, Bruno Fernandes. In comes another cross, it's punched away. And he got good distance on it as well. Dubravka came through the crowd. Decisive goalkeeping.
Yes, made a big goal. To come off his line, engage. Clear the danger, did it brilliantly.
Scott Parker, it seems, preparing more changes. Joe Worrell will be coming on. Bruno again with room. Queued up inside the middle. In comes the cross. And Mbumo back across goal. And then Bruno Fernandes with the strike straight into the traffic. Burnley just struggling to get out here, but now get that ball out of harm's way and get up the pitch.
Seri kah ini guys? Seri kah? Seri bro. Seri bro.
We saw Burnley counter superbly after soaking up pressure against Sunderland last week for their second goal to put that game on ice. Bring them their first victory since their return to the Premier League. We're hearing if Joe Worrell and Oliver Sun are going to come on in a moment or two's time for Scott Parker's side. It's Manchester United in possession once again. Is there to be a twist in the final 10? Two times Ruben Amorim's team have led here this afternoon. Two times Burnley have got themselves back level. Bruno Fernandes able to turn. Ahmad helps it across. Off the mark.
Hampir guys. Aduh, tono ya mah.
Not so brilliant. Great play from Bruno Fernandes. Ahmad Zirkzee can't hit that far corner, can't hit the target. You know that's a big chance. And he does as well.
Burnley will now make those changes. Jakob Brun-Larsen, whose brilliant ball into the box, helped Burnley get back level for the first time here this afternoon. He's replaced by Oliver Sun. Yalmar Ekdal, who's perhaps not just moving off the pitch with full freedom. He's going to have his place taken in the team with 8 minutes left to go by Joe Worrell. Doesn't it, Lee? Ruben Amorim, the conclusion of this game and how it's going to settle.
It really does. Just trying to what Scott Parker's done to his team and his formation. He does look quite evident. He's gone into a back five there. This one's gone out to that right hand side. We can see Carl Walker's edged over to be a third centre half. Interesting.
Sent long by Dubravka.
United Widow. Burnley menang ya, Burnley.
Now Anthony, who made it 2-2, on to Lauren. Not much to aim for, and he pulls it back, and Bruno Fernandes is there. Short punish there for Brian and Bumo. Manchester United free kick.
He's done well to escape the yellow card here. Esther, brilliant touch from one of Bumo's. Always going to get away from him, and he just stops him in his tracks.
It's the start of this season going to be bizarrely pretty much the same as 2014-15 when Louis van Gaal was in charge. They had a good pre-season in America. 1-1 draw away in their second game, a defeat away from home against the lower league team in the League Cup, and then a draw against Burnley in their third game. That's the way it's looking right now, with the game at 2-2. Worrell stoops to head the ball away.
It looks that way. I do feel there's another goal in this. The problem is, I don't really want to predict where it's going to come from.
Of course, this stadium has given us late drama, perhaps more than anywhere else in the history of the Premier League. Change for Manchester United. The Euro to France. On comes Hussein Mazraoui. It's the start of the season with injury.
And you just sit up here and identify, you look around at the stadium, the fans, and you do realise how much of a big game this is for Ruben Amorim. Lots of reasons, really. This could really set them on the way, couldn't it, if they go and take all 3 points here?
Can someone step forward for Manchester United? They are the side that have been asking the questions over the last 5 or 10 minutes of this game. That's Rowie. Haven't got Seshko in the game really, have they, since he came on? Perhaps a chance now. And Bumo clips in the cross. Seshko rising! Onto the roof of the net. Well, he had plenty to do, and he towered so high, but he just couldn't get his header on target.
Yeah, it's a brilliant pick out, and I'm going to credit Kyle Walker here for defending. I mean, he just backs into Seshko, makes it difficult for him because he's on the rise. He knows that ball's coming, he leaps so high, and then to try and get it all right in one movement, difficult. And I do put that down to Kyle Walker just squeezing on to Seshko, making it difficult for him. That's how dangerous he is if he can get that supply.
Some serious hang time there, didn't he, Benjamin Sesko? 21 goals for RB Leipzig last season. 5 of them were headers. 6'5", he is an imposing figure. As you say, Kyle Walker drawing on all that experience to make that as difficult as he could. He knew he was beaten.
Yeah, definitely. As you said, it was just the rise in the hand. I mean, without any contact, maybe he does better.
Can Manchester United find a way in front for a third time this afternoon? Seshko! Glances it wide.
He really does look at that one. As we've said, we haven't seen, or he hasn't been able to really impact the game that much, but these are the tight balls that he does thrive off. It's a difficult one. He's creating that own bit of space, clever bit of movement, but just a bit rusty maybe of guiding that towards goal.
Ruben Amorim pacing up and down the touchline. That was Manchester United's 25th attempt on goal this afternoon. Anthony looking to get on the end of this. He's just going to skip away. XG this afternoon, Manchester United right now 2.66. Just haven't hit the target enough with the attempts that they've had. Walker. Chalmers will look to keep it in play. He's unable to do so. Now he kicked that ball away. He's going to be punished for it as well. Yellow card for the substitute. This would be a brilliant point for Burnley if they can get out of here with a draw. Manchester United not settling. Into the final 90 seconds of the 90 at Old Trafford. Trafford end imploring their side to attack. Foster, can he hold it up? Mainu steps in. Here's Cullen, doing the same for Burnley. Challenge road by Lauren Anthony. He's not going to be beaten to it by Kobbie Mainu. Read that situation really well.
It's good defending. We're getting back and helping out defensively. We're going to get one last big chance, and who's it going to come from? That's the question. I feel that there will be a chance here.
Certainly will be time for a chance or two, because we're hearing 5 minutes will be added on. Dalot and Walker.
Nah, si Dalot.
Runs in and Burnley can take a breather here.
Tell you what's been real exciting second half, hasn't it, for any neutral? It really has. You have to give credit to Burnley. You really do. It's an intimidating place to come, first and foremost. And they've responded brilliantly. This is one thing that Scott Parker will be looking at now, getting to these latter stages, building from last week. Momentum's key.
Confirmation of 5 further minutes. Greeted by a roar inside Old Trafford, but not in the corner to our right as Burnley look to get out of here with a point. Bruno Fernandes. Mainu tight to the touchline. Ricochets off Anthony. Luke Shaw can stride forwards here. Bruno Fernandes. In it goes again. Hartman looked as if he might have misjudged that. Ahmad. Looks a 1-2 with Mbeumo. Bruno Fernandes again. Ahmad goes down. Bruno Fernandes asking the question. Ahmad needs to step away from the referee. Of course, it will be looked at.
I'll tell you what, there's a pull on the shirt here for definite. David Anthony pulling on Amad Diallo's shirt. Absolutely blatant as well. It's a great 1-2, but he gets away from him. I'll tell you, this could be a penalty. It's definitely been tucked on by the shirt. There's no doubt of that. That's why he's appealing to Sam Barrett.
That is a big, big risk to take. Having the restart of the game delayed here. Scott Stockley Park has another look. The shirt pull is so clear, it might come down to where exactly it took place. Did it continue to inside the penalty area?
It looks like he's just as he's entering the box. I think this could be a penalty.
An on-field review has been advised. For the second time this afternoon, Sam Barrett strides across to the pitch side monitor. On the first occasion, he saw a Manchester United penalty overturned. Now, the referee has to come and decide if he is to award Manchester United a penalty so late in the day. Huge moment here.
Do you know what the worst
Aduh,
thing is?
penalti guys.
It doesn't really have to. I don't think even have any contact with Amad Diallo. I feel that Hartman's got him covered. And if it is to be given, which it does look like this could be, what a turning point this could be for Manchester United. Ruben Amorim. I mean, this would just top the game off.
Stuart Atwell informing Sam Barrett the shirt is clearly pulled, as we can all see from these replays.
I think it's a penalty. I just can't understand how it won't be. And if it's not, I'm baffled.
Ahmad breaking into the Burnley box, and I think we know what is coming here. Sam Barrett continues to assess the footage.
I think because he's caught between the two players as well. Obviously looking, seeing can he get to that ball.
The think a huge roar is about to go up inside Old Trafford.
After review, Burnley 11 has a sustained pulling action on Man United 16. This is a penalty by final decision, which never fouled a penalty.
Manchester United have the opportunity.
Anjing menang penalti, cok.
Having seen the replays, you have to feel that was the correct decision, Lee.
Oh, it definitely was. And as I said in commentary, does he really need to put on the shirt? I mean, we're getting to that stage of the game where Burnley have been brilliant, worked hard to get back into the game, and then obviously
Anjing Bruno lagi, goblok Bruno lagi.
gets away. You can't really see what's in and around. Is he going to get on the end of that ball? It's a real cheap penalty to give away.
Jadon Anthony, who had brought Burnley level in this game. Well, we saw what happened with Bruno Fernandes from the penalty spot at Craven Cottage just 6 days ago. Ruben Amorim, well, he doesn't like watching penalties, does he? We saw that in the week. But this is a moment of huge significance for Manchester United. Bruno has held that ball under his arm for a good minute or two now.
I think Bruno's going to take this penalty. Just got funny feeling.
Bruno lagi, anjing.
Fernandes has got hold of the ball. Is it going to be one of them changes? Maybe I'm wrong. They're just trying to delay. They're trying all the tactics as we see time and time again.
Yellow card for Lyle Foster. Well, Bruno
Penalti guys, penalti guys.
to wait and wait.
Apakah MU hoki guys? Apakah MU hoki anjing?
Manchester United surely have their first victory of what has been a stressful start to the season for them. Martin Dubravka had a loan spell here at the club in 2022. Didn't get the chance to play in the Premier League. He can be a Burnley hero. Ruben Amorim, well, he's looking the other way. He's staring at the Stretford end. Step forward, Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes against Dubravka. 7 minutes into stoppage time. Bruno Fernandes.
Hello.
Surely a match winner for Manchester United. And is this the kickstart for Ruben Amorim? They will desperately hope that the good times come from here. Manchester United 3, Burnley 2.
Unbelievable scenes here. I mean, big moments, big players. And I tell you what, that's what we're seeing here. A big player stepping up, taking authority, taking this game by the scruff of the neck. And I tell you, pressure.
Hello Bruno, membayar kesalahan kemarin.
Everyone here at Manchester United, and what a cool, calm, collected penalty that is. Brilliant penalty from Bruno Fernandes. It's such a big moment for him, for this football club all round.
Positive headlines perhaps for once this season for Manchester
Langsung ke berapa guys klasemennya? Ke 9 ternyata kita lihat di klub kita ya.
Just look what it means, an outpouring of emotion from the captain. Not much time left to play. Cullen clips one towards the back post.
Burnley. Cornell, anjing. The Cornell, cok.
You can just sense the relief around this huge ground and what this could mean.
It's absolutely huge, isn't it? I mean, this is no disrespect to Burnley by any stretch, but you would think when they play Manchester City out there or Arsenal, they're
Gelo iya.
Obviously, the turnover, the
This
transition
drama.
of the week they've had, it shows the importance of all 3 points here at Old Trafford.
Just compilation of some yellow cards for you during that penalty incident. Must have had his name taken to him, Josh Lauren. Surely, just seconds remaining here. Or perhaps it didn't matter how they got the job done here today, they just had to do it. And in the end, it looks as if Ruben Amorim's side
Drama guys, drama guys.
going to get themselves over the line in that first Premier League victory of the season.
Nowhere near perfect, has it by any stretch, but as you said, all 3 points is the big call today. Manchester United Football Club alone.
Manchester United, you feel, will just look to keep this ball in the corner.
There's been lots to like about United going forward. The suspect defensively, there's no doubt. Have to perform in every game. Could this be the start of it for Manchester United? Could this give them the positive, confident vibes that they've needed?
On ball, sent forwards. Is there time for Burnley to stage one last attack? Foster helps it on Billy. Sends it back to Bayern here. All eyes on the referee, Sam Barrett. Burnley have been brave here.
Gelo MU perdana bos.
From being behind.
Menang perdana.
Going to leave Old Trafford with nothing this afternoon. Escapes the challenges. Cullen steps in. Runs out to play.
Ini candi period.
We're now 11 minutes into stoppage time. Laurel wins the header. Burnley have a free kick here and a chance to throw everybody forwards to Pravka, asking if he can go.
Surely this is the last kick of the game, isn't it? Pravka wants it to go up, told to stay back.
Can they
Terakhiran
do
ya
it
guys.
for a third time in this second half?
Terakhiran guys.
This has to be the final opportunity for them, surely, in this game. Cullen sends it forward. Masraoui wins the header. Victory for Manchester United.
Kemenangan perdana Manchester United. Gelo.
With a stoppage time penalty to just ease the pressure perhaps on this club and Ruben Amorim. They didn't make it easy for themselves. But Old Trafford, a scene of celebration.
On.
Who knows where they go from here, but they are on the mark for the season in terms of victory. An entertaining afternoon, and an afternoon which finishes with Manchester United celebrating success. Full-time score, Manchester United 3, Burnley 2.
Kemenangan perdana dari Manchester United berhasil didapatkan di musim ini. Di game week ketiga mereka berhasil mendapatkan 3 poin penuh berkat kemenangan 3-2 yang didapatkan menghadapi Burnley. Gol dari Bumo dan juga penalti di menit akhir dari Bruno Fernandes menandai kemenangan 3 poin yang berhasil didapatkan oleh Manchester United. Full time analysis akan kami hadirkan live saat ini.
Gelo guys, MU perdana guys. Setelah sekian lama anjing.
Sekarang semua produk 100% gratis ongkir tanpa syarat. Belanja barang kecil.
Thank you guys yang sudah nonton guys. Support selalu channel kita guys.
Belanja di Shopee sekarang.
See you on the next stream.
Di tempatku lahir dan dibesarkan, di kota yang dekat